It's me itching my nose.
Sorry. So go ahead.
Hey everybody, welcome to BombSquad. Yes, I'm keeping that in. I'm Dan Stacy, and you're about to witness, or already have witnessed, my nerdy family and I use silly voices and exploding dice to tell a good story. RPG MRE update?
Oh no! I didn't think about. No, I'm just kidding. No, I really didn't think about it.
Try water. It's good for you. In fact, chances are you probably already mostly are water. But in the case that you are not already mostly water, try drinking some, but it's probably too late.
Enough said.
Enough said. All right. Carrying on. It's really good. Check it out. Links in the description for the recipe.
Video will be up
For water?
Dad Bod Fitness channel. Yes. Along with butter.
Hydrogen.
Sticks of butter.
So now I've had a week to think about it. Actually, only like 10 minutes. But the announcement. So we are doing a contest for our 1-year anniversary, which I think was technically last episode, the 1st of November. So for 1 year,
We get to win.
episodes have been coming out. Yes, yeah.
If
Ryan
you
already
play,
won.
we win.
It's true.
Right?
Yes, yeah, that's true.
I knew it.
So here's what it is. If someone wants to, actually maybe Zach, you can hold up. What we're giving away is a bag of dice and bag of dice. Oh yeah, let's do that. Sirenscape right there. Yeah, right. So there's going to be 2 winners in the sweepstakes: a bag of dice and our BombSquad dice pad, which Zach will show off
What?
kindly. The dice pad.
BombSquad.
I just showed her the ice bag.
No, dice
pad. We are doing the Sirenscape bags, though I could see about that, but there we go. So you'll get a dice pad and a bag of dice, and all you have to do is tweet or Instagram your favorite moment in the show, or goofiest moment, just whatever, send out a little love our way, and hashtag BombSquad RPG Anniversary. And we'll track it that way, and then I think January, so we'll have it go through November and December. So in the new year, we'll select the 2 winners. Bonus thing is, if we hit 150 subscribers before the end of the sweepstakes, we will add something new. We're still talking about what that would be, but possibly some t-shirts. And for sure, if we hit 150 subscribers, we will make it 4 winners for the contest. So, starting when you see this episode, tweet us out. 1 entry per person. We'll try to navigate, but honor system. And hashtag BombSquad RPG Anniversary.
Excluding Quebec because of laws.
I don't know those. I don't know enough, so whatever. If you're
Sorry, Quebec, we love you, but no.
That's what they always say. I gotta look into that. Anyways,
listen, nothing's right with Canada.
Canada.
that was good.
They're
All
not
right, I'm just kidding.
Canadians. They're
Canadians out there, we love
They live
ya.
in Canada.
What was the
right,
accent
Canadian.
though?
I
Like
know, it was like, huh?
It's
Was it
really-
Irish?
It's a
It was
really northern place in Canada, you know?
Canada.
Silly voices. There we are.
BombSquad is banned from Canada.
Cancel.
Cancel.
This just in: Prime Minister hates BombSquad.
Oh, all right. So let's dive into the Canadianist episode of BombSquad.
Yes. Bill Canada.
diving back in. They were
To the next episode.
No, we already did that.
You've done that like 2.
You've already done that.
Yeah. Did I?
You've done it, and David's now done it 2 or 3
And I
times.
did the you've already done.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
And now the next time we do this, and I do that, now we'll all
Now
do
I
that.
have to.
No, eventually we're gonna create a time loop. And
If we just hold mirrors up in front of each other, we'll be in
If
an
you think
endless-
we're caught in a time loop, comment below.
Well,
We'll get back to you
question
when
of
we
the
get
day.
out of it.
Eh?
I'm actually adding that to our show. Question of the day, one random goofy thing from the show. So question of the day.
Well, I
Are
just
we in a
put one
time
out
loop?
there.
Are we in it?
What was the one that I put out there?
No, it's too late. It wasn't recorded.
All
Let's
right.
go. All right.
So say the question, the new question of the day.
No, we're recapping. We're
Oh,
recapping.
all
So
right.
recap. Having returned from the volcano encounter with the fiery demons and chasing a lava worm, they did obtain the Devil's Glass. The party returning with Felicity / Helga. They actually interrogated her, chatted with her, I think is more appropriate. Got some information.
Heavily questioned.
But she enjoyed every minute of it.
Of course.
And they then fulfilled an obligation that Iliad co-signed by Arkiro to perform at the Liberdade, run by Alistar, a sea elf and businessman.
With lovely hair.
Hair. And
Among other things.
it went exceptionally well. Everyone made the most of it. Tiri and Arkiro made some contacts despite and with the performance. And through the performance, Brick and Iliad also made a contact as well on some possible jobs and ships they could get to finally, maybe, someday, get to Arkiro's homeland. Meanwhile, Nori and Felicity are actually working in Folsey's Forge, if you haven't forgotten, with the Devil's Glass currently. And Ingrid slipped away after the performance in an amazing dancing routine with Sergeant Oren and a Cinderella moment leaving her slipper behind. Went to the Sea of Stars, which is the death realm of this universe, also called the Nowhere Realm, and discovered some terrifying things there. The shadowy beings that shepherd the dead souls to where they belong after death are being assaulted by things called guas, which are willing undead servants, shadow servants of necromancers that feed on dead souls to power necromancers. And her and Malik came hurtling out of death back into life. The party stumbling upon them in a ring of frost, and proceeded to have an awkward, secretive conversation, revealing as little as possible.
I have to say, I really want to sing Johnny Cash. Ring of Frost.
Ring of
The
Frost.
Ring of Frost. Sorry.
That's all right. So much so that Arkiro could not take it. He took off for a flight, while Tiri, after I think it was after you guys decided to leave the rain, and since Arkiro wasn't going to cover you guys with his wings anymore, he went,
He shot my umbrella.
For us not
Yes.
to be covered.
shot the toadstool umbrella and everything. You guys went inside, got food from Alatar, were shown your rooms, and while eating, Tiri revealed, or was kind of prodded into revealing, what she had led/misled some dwarven merchants to believe. And you then retired to your beds, where Iliad and Brick told bedtime ghost stories by candlelight, while Arkiro sat facing away, maybe. I don't know.
I left. I'm out.
Okay, he's out. Arkiro's out.
I walked away and left.
And Tiri called for a town crier in the middle of the night. Quickest one they could find was an orc bouncer, who she sent to tell everyone the volcano is erupting and waves. The town is going to be destroyed now. Get out. In more or less words. And the LM rolled off screen, and this is where we're going to pick up. So first I rolled for how well the orc performed, and just rolling a D100, giving him a good chance. He got a 2.
As 2%?
2% out of 100.
0, 2 out of 100? Okay.
Yeah, out of a possible 100.
Okay.
We then I rolled for the city's reaction as well as his possibility of being imprisoned for it. So we'll find out what happened and see how it goes.
Wait, you rolled for that too?
Yeah, I rolled for all that stuff. I'm just telling you the 2 because it was too funny.
Too
funny.
Too funny.
Okay. And so we'll pick up. It's the next morning. You guys have gone down for breakfast. It's still raining out, heavily rain. There's definitely ash mixed in there, and you can tell the wind has shifted now to this more southwesterly direction, which is just blowing the ash that's pumping out of the volcano.
Is it like a health hazard, or is it just an annoyance?
It's an annoyance right now, but it's disconcerting. You can see there's actually a good amount of people in the tavern right now. I mean, it's always pretty busy because it is the only inn and tavern in the town.
Is ash in rain like, oh, this happens every once in a while, it's not a big deal?
Does
Yes.
it happen every year?
Because the volcanoes do erupt every year, so that's what the level it is at. It's just enough to notice it.
Seasonal.
Yeah. But
Seasonal
it always
acid
puts
rain.
there's always,
You know,
you can tell
real light.
there's more of an edginess in the air right now because it's always like, oh,
Everyone's
is it going to
burning to
get
death.
bad?
is what is going on.
Yes.
No, remember, the volcanoes are on 2 islands, almost, I think we said like a 6-hour journey away. You can see it on the horizon, but
That's not going to be enough.
not for ash and smoke and stuff. But so they're used to getting a little bit of this. But it's always like when that happens, it's like, are the winds going to shift? And you see a handful of people packing and checking out early. And Alatar is working with that and trying to, work through that. It's just a handful, 1 or 2 people. This is to Tiri's delight, there will be mentions of, we heard the news last night. This guy was shouting, I don't know, maybe Alatar's having a discussion with some human couple who's like, we really don't want to risk anything. We're going to move on. We're hoping to spend a few more days here. And Alatar's trying to appease them and lets them go. Meanwhile, Sergeant Oren is going to come in to find you guys having breakfast down inside the tavern. And he's going to approach you, whip his hat off. Remember, he's got that big cowboy hat with the feather in it, and his bald head is shining, his beard is dripping, or his mustache is dripping a little wet, and he whips rain off his hat, and he goes, hello, everyone. Forgive me, I meant to be here earlier, but we had an interesting night last night, needless to say. Which I may need to talk to some of you about. We had to put in confinement a gentleman that works here. I'll be talking with Alatar later. He says that a gnome lady paid him to shout some end-of-the-world calamities around.
Don't know what you could possibly be talking about.
There
I
are
was
lots
up
of gnome
all
ladies around.
I was up all night feeding a baby.
Yeah,
She's witnessed.
yeah.
Roll deception with advantage.
11.
He rolled a 9. You'll notice, Tiri, as you're talking, that he's looking more at Ingrid than you. Anyways, so he's like, yeah, well, perhaps I know a few others here that might be staying. Forgive me, I just had to ask. Of course, it's part of my job.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's just strange. We assumed he was, if you will, but he's dry as bone. Well, his skin wasn't, but inside was. But anyways, it happens now again. Part of the job. We got a few people worried, but well, I'll be honest. There have been a few from. Oh, what are they called? I think they call themselves the the Weeping Flowers, an all-mother community nearby. There have been one or two that have been proclaiming the end of the world. I have to deal with them every once in a while. But young Bork, I slightly surprised. Anyways, it happens.
Interesting night.
Yes, it was. I hope you got your pet back. The bird came. I don't believe we've been properly introduced, in fact, actually. Well, he came and got the lizard.
Oh, that's our hero.
Pleasure to meet you, sir, of course. So anyways, I do have your papers here, of course, and he hands you out. Each of you get a paper with this stamp from Dinolthier. He'll give one to Arkiro. Technically, you don't need one because you have something from your homeland. But he gives you guys all, and it basically gives you the ability to travel outside of the kingdom. And if anyone questions, they say, these people are above the law. They have a clean record. You don't have to worry about them. They are good citizens in good standing of the kingdom of Dinolthier.
Awesome.
And he says, now, the name. Again, we can just do. I just needed to finish the writing, and Corporal Brady does have a lot on his plate right now.
It's easy. Team Tibia, put us down.
On 3, shout them out.
Team Tibia.
2, 3.
What's yours?
Everyone's waiting.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Tibia.
It's an anagram. All of our names.
No.
Tyrion.
It was BIITAA. Sweet.
Do not point at me.
BIITAA Sweet. And our leader is Arkiro. He brought us all together. He named us. He named us each individually. Fathered us, raised us.
Okay.
He even
So
wiped.
are you and Nori?
He even wiped our bottoms.
That's how it works.
Yes.
I appreciate all the additional
That's how
information.
you
I just need the
fly.
name. I'm not. I believe the elf can work with the bardic.
All in favor, BIITAA Sweet.
No.
How do you spell BIITAA?
BIITTA.
Brickyliatina. Tyrion? I was trying to say it too fast. Yeah, who is the other T? BIITAA?
Oh, I guess there. No, so it would be.
It's BIITA.
Yes, that's it. BIITA. Yes.
BIITAA.
You just want your letter first.
Wait, what?
Ajax peeps up. Well, I do believe you may want the same thing. Never mind.
Technically, we have 2 A's as well. Ajax.
BIITAA. Sweet.
BIITAA.
Please just write that down so we can go.
BIITAA.
Please.
Sweet.
I'm gonna go around and make sure he's writing the letters correct.
He's writing it correctly. BIITAA.
Can my eye have a heart?
Sweet. Are we including the he gestures to Pim Pam, or never mind? I shouldn't have said anything. It's done. BIITAA Sweet.
We already start arguing well done.
If it makes you feel any better or worse, I have heard worse names in my time, so it's excellent.
Not likely.
Did he just insult
No.
the name?
No, it's compliment.
Oh, okay.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, again, here's papers. Here also, I will give you a slip. He hands the parchment to Arkiro, since Arkiro's the leader.
Glare. Brick.
This
Just
does.
smiling.
It gives you permission, personally, from my office to have passage aboard one of the military envoys going between Ayaklosi and Dinolthier.
When will the first one be leaving?
Well, they do constant rotations, so I think in a little less than 2 weeks they'll be returning to Abrir.
Yeah, about that. We'll have to be leaving a little sooner. So, thank you.
Oh no,
very
absolutely.
much.
Carry it with you if at any time it doesn't expire, if you will. You can use it at any time. But what I can do for you is whenever you are ready to leave from Drus here to Abrir, you are welcome to use one of our long ships here. It will take less than a day and a half if the weather is good, though. The wind is all right. I just wish it was going in the opposite direction.
That doesn't sound alright. That sounds like opposite of right. Going in the wrong. Thank you.
You normally are careful about what you tell the masses. At least that's what I tried to do in my job. Keep it positive, yes?
Okay.
He just keeps smiling at you.
Is there a danger to the people here?
Well, it's always a risk. We've had times before where we've had to evacuate. We'll see how it goes. We have measures set in place if the ash and smoke are too much. And, worst case, I can go talk to the Weeping Flowers. They sometimes can have a little control over the wind.
Speak of them again. Who are they?
Oh, it's one of the All-Mother communes near here. They all have names like that. Roaming Petal, Weeping Flower, Patient Willow, I think I've heard of.
What do they do?
Oh, they worship the All-Mother, the Morning Glory, which you would know, 100%.
Yeah.
They live technically outside of the jurisdiction of the Kingdom of Dinalthea, but we have a relationship with them. They don't interact with our economic system per se, but they're basically like standalone, isolated countries of their own, really. They're very peaceful.
Could they be the cause of the winds changing?
Well, I've never heard of them doing anything to hurt. I mean, if there are many worshippers of the All-Mother, of course, but these are the most devout. That is why they choose to join the communes and live as one with the land. They don't bring harm to creatures. Only in self-defense will they bring harm. So I suppose it is possible that they have the ability to do that, but I would doubt it highly. It is something we will look into, of course. We always are in communications. I have a good standing with one of the elders there.
All the Vosneski dwarves around, by chance.
Oh yes,
Vosneski?
Vosaneski.
Vosneski?
Yes, dwarves. Yes, I believe I saw them out in town. They were coming. Where were they coming from? Perhaps Folsey's Forge, actually. They may have been coming from there. They have a good relationship with Folsey. She's a good girl. Is everything all right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
I do believe, yes, of course. Nori said he will be down shortly. He sent word to me. And Felicity, I believe it was, I had a good conversation with her. Strange girl. But very willing to talk about anything. It just makes my job very easy. So, interesting. We've had an interesting trip there. We'll see what comes of it. But she is off to heading towards the more northern colonies in the Great Arm. I think she said the Utkin she was going to see. It's one of the tribes in what's that?
Does Ingrid know them?
Utkin. You probably would have, since you're friends. It's one of the tribes. There's five clans
But
that
it's
make
not
up the
Tatiana's.
dwarven. No,
Okay.
farther north.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, farther south. Tatiana's is all the way north.
Okay.
So she's beheaded there a if you want to send word to her or anything, and Nori will be here shortly. He's very excited. So.
Can I send her this? I hand him a piece of bacon.
Who? Felicity?
Yes, she would love it.
Well, I will certainly see if she hasn't left yet. Yes, I will make sure. Corporal! And you see Corporal Brady have been outside in the rain, and he runs in, the little halfling, and see that the girl Felicity gets this if she has. And they just have this moment where they look at each other. Yes, sir, right away, sir, of course. And he runs out. He sees little feet go. So, the longship can leave whenever you are ready. I have it set up with Alatar. It's at his docks, so I suppose this is goodbye for now. I hope to see you all again.
I'm gonna just immediately come in and just hug him.
Oh, that's very, very mentally. Thank you.
Thank you.
Indeed. Well, I hope. Thank you. Yes. You know what? Thank you. Thank you. It was a wonderful night last night. I've never had quite an experience like that. If you ever are back in Druce, please do stop it.
Pleasure.
Skedaddle?
You're gonna do the handshake? He'll shake hand. There's this moment where he gets really red again, you know, and it makes his white mustache stand out. Indeed it was, ma'am.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. Just give it a squeeze.
He nods and sighs and puts his hat on. A little water drips off his hat as he puts it on. He's like, well, you have your jobs, I have mine. Such is life. I hope the dragon sees fit to bring us back together again. And he turns, waits for a moment.
I'm just gonna
Keeps going. Well, go ahead, Jerry.
I was going to like punch his thigh, just be like, good luck.
Same to you. Same to you, man.
Don't mind me.
And he heads out the door. As he leaves, you hear him say, warrior. I believe some people were looking for you in there. Yes, at the far table. And in come the three dwarves, the two younger blonde-haired dwarves and the older dwarf. Let's see here. He, as they come in, dripping wet, the older dwarf say he has that scar, a scar in his eye, and he's got long braided hair with his beard comes down to almost his belt, and his hair is just as long. It's all in these fancy braids, twisted. The blonde-haired, the two younger ones look identical, younger, and they're doing the similar style to the older male, but their beards only come down to like here, and the hair's the same. And they follow behind him. They're dressed ready for travel. They have the younger dwarfs have satchels on their backs and on their sides, and the older dwarf just comes marching in. He's kind of leaning on a cane just a little bit, and he spots you and points to you and comes down, just sits right down. So, are these them then?
Are you
Didn't take me long. I was able to make.
Legend boy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Didn't take me long. I've got my ends.
Well, I heard the orc was yelling out there the other night. I suppose he's heard the same news then.
Mm-hmm.
They arrested him, you know, poor guy. But
I'd say just trying to shut him up.
I suppose you're right.
But for the good of the peace, they probably had to do it.
Yeah. Nah. Duh. Well, if you have any other news from Alatar yet?
I may have some news, but I'm more interested in what you've learned at the Forge from Flossie.
Ah. Well, you were right. The Royal Artificer is there, and he's working on something. He has some kind of apprentice. Well known. I actually have heard of her before.
Oh?
She's friends with the Wootkins. Not that that's very impressive. I mean, they're the Wootkins, but still. They're working on something, and it is to do with the Devil class, but Folsey wouldn't tell me much more than that, other than they were having some success. Which I am not sure how to feel about.
Well, if it's successful, that means they are probably going to try and get more. And if things escalate as these escapades to the mountains continue, where does that leave us?
Well, out of here, I think.
I agree.
This little port town doesn't mean much to me. Well, I hope to make some contacts in Abrir. So that is where we are headed next. And hopefully from there we will be able to send you by ship wherever you would like to go.
Yes, us likewise. Abrir is definitely the place to go. And if you are heading out, then passage would be the least of my gratitudes.
If you can bring me more information like you have, we'll do that. Well, certainly. And if I'm able to work out this deal I'm working on and shipment goes through, I will be looking for some...
Extra muscle, perhaps?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, trust me, that one has more punch than you're really willing to tangle with.
I do not judge by size. I'm dwarf.
Ask Officer Warren. That being said,
There's...
I'm not.
if you need help on a project, and that gets us on a boat faster, we can expedite.
Well, we are ready to go now. And obviously you have more information than I think I even want to know, so you can join us if you would like.
Very well, let's go.
Bittersweet leader, calling the shots.
Bada bing, bada boom. There it is.
Just
Very
felt
well.
like it had to go with that.
It worked.
I assume your papers
It worked.
are all in order. Perfect. All right. Then, please come with me. I just need to mention with Alatar, he has a boat ready for me.
Can I perception him?
Yeah.
I want to know, is
What are
he
you looking
actually
for?
a good person?
Okay.
Like, can we trust this person?
Yeah. That's interesting. Roll perception
Okay.
for insight. He's going to go, while you're doing that, he's going to talk with Alatar. Go ahead.
Ooh. 19.
19. Okay. And you're looking for, is he a good person?
Can we trust him? That's,
What is a
that's
good
what's more
person?
important to me.
Yeah.
Yes, trust him.
Yeah, I would say he definitely gives off this vibe of he's got plans, and if you're the feeling you get is if you're in the if you help his plan, he won't be straight with you, but you think, yeah, if you give him stuff, he'll keep up his end of the bargain.
Okay.
He does seem to be, there's something sketchy about him, a little bit. The other two dwarves, you get like this, they don't say anything, they just stand back there, so there's a little intimidating vibe to him. There's something sketchy about him, but you feel like he's a schemer. So if you're helping with his scheme, seems like he'll hold up his end of the bargain.
Okay, I know those types, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's no schemes on a booze cruise.
I know. Think about how dull that is.
It's not.
Glorious entertainment.
While you
know.
say it, Alatar you guys, while you're talking, you see Boria, who you heard, that's the older dwarf, is pointing to you guys and stuff, and he says, points to the door and waves them on, so they head toward the docks, the way toward the docks for Alatar. And Alatar comes over and goes, "So, I hear you are leaving me, my friend."
Much to my dismay,
And mine.
I felt I'd stumbled upon a dream, a lifelong calling.
You touch my heart to say I could give that to you.
It's good to hear.
You would remind me, before I forget, he pulls out a piece of paper, a note from the Tajakas, and he hands you that. Very good family contact to have. I've been trying to get in on their business there.
Well,
You should see their ships.
I nudge gear.
Some of the most advanced technology I've ever seen.
With booze, right?
Oh, drink, you mean? Yes.
Yes!
Of course. Oh, the parties are amazing. And also, the people that go on these things, they have the money to spend. Oh, and I've gone on only one or two. One to Avasun, and then, where was the other one? Oh, it was one where you just go up and hit each one of the free port cities. I got to meet some of the Narissima, which you'll know are like cat-like people. But if you are into, how do I say? If you are into people talking to nasty, biting business, politicking, and rumors, these people.
Thought you were
can
going
bounce.
somewhere else with that, and I was like very confused.
If you're interested in something like that, there's another.
No.
I'm a businessman, and the opportunity.
I was going to say I regret everything now.
House Tajaka is much more. Oh, don't get me wrong. They do all those things, but they don't do all those things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes. The youngest of the crew.
I don't know that all of you would be able to get a job with the sea turtle. No, of course you are magnificent. Some of you may find employment with whenever they have a word for it. I can't remember. You'll have to see it if you go to Abrir. You must see it. These ships they send, because they are not for taking on any kind of war or bad times. They are surrounded by mercenary ships whenever they go. A small fleet. It is quite amazing to see.
I'm leaning under our hero's wing to make eye contact with him.
Here's what I'll say though. If you get in with them, please. I've been trying to get into that market for quite a long time. Please, tell me if you do. I'd be most appreciative. But, and he looks over at Tiri, if things go another way, and the Borea is successful in what he does, if there is information you can bring back to me that would help me garner favor with him, I would make it worth your while.
The least I could do. Your hospitality has been so exquisite.
Gracias.
The bacon's great, thank you.
Of course. I will have a special package just for you. Salted, ready for travel.
For me, not
Your
you.
friend, by the way. The one you paid for.
Yes, the Dreki, how is he?
Oh, that's probably the best night's sleep he's gotten in a long time.
No doubt.
I would like to know, well, we must talk if you're ever back in the area. He is out at the docks, actually. He's headed out shortly. He is actually riding in the ship that Borea has gotten passage on. So he mentioned, have me tell you that he was there and headed out for a beer if you wanted to accompany him. He was very excitable.
Indeed. He is traveling with Borea.
Yes, they have gone at passage on one of my long ships that goes back and forth from Abrir to here.
Yes.
So you have to pay a good penny to get on there by yourself. So usually I group.
Very
beneficial for me as well as the passengers.
well. Indeed.
So, my friends, if you are ever back, please, the sea turtle and company is always welcome.
Did you hear that? He said sea turtle first.
Farewell, and enjoy Sem Carentas. It will be an experience you will never forget.
Thank you very much.
It's the nicest thing that anyone's ever. Oh, what?
Oh, stop. No, stop. You're beautiful. Get out of here. Send you guys on your way, unless you have anything else.
Iliad, if you're the sea turtle, can I be your shell? Can that be like my name?
I think it would technically be Ajax, not you.
Oh, yeah, she's right.
Well, now here's a conundrum for you. I am Brick's shell.
The shell of
If
the
Brick
shell.
is Iliad's
Or
shell.
is
You're
he
the
your
soft inner
shell?
shell.
We are done having this conversation. I am leaving. You may stay. Goodbye.
As you say that and you're running, you hear a voice. Hey! Found you guys!
Do not step in. Let's go.
What about...
They will follow. They always do.
All right. He's jingling. He's got this huge pack on his back that's almost the same size as him, and he is beaming ear to ear. I don't know if I ever mentioned, he's like balding at the top with a little wisp comb over thing, and it's like a little messed up from the rain and flattened. I love the smell of rain.
Ash rain.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I've been in a forge all night, so don't notice the difference. Had fun in the fire, huh? Me too. Let's go. I'm so excited. Oh, Brick, I have something for you. Let's go, go, go. And she takes off.
I'm gonna get my wagon.
Ah, yes, we can accompany that. Yes, of course. I will have it loaded up. So they're going to have a little, like, raft attachment behind the long... So this is like a Viking kind of long ship. It's going to be
With a little
rowers.
pull around behind with a...
Yes.
Is that even necessary? Could you turn into like a little, I don't know, goldfish bowl and then just bring
That
it with
is
you?
true. Yes. I will do something.
Yeah, you can... Yeah, I think it's transmutation? Ooh, I haven't looked at it in a while. But you can change it to a quarter of its
I
size.
think
I get
quarter
like
of the
a
size.
spot already, and all these people are working, and she's like, "Never mind, I'll just carry it with me. It's fine. Don't worry about it."
Yes. No. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so they finished like rigging up this little raft to hold it, and then Tiri just
She
was like,
demanded.
"Can't you just like?" Oh yes. So it's like a doll wagon, probably. Let's have fun with it. It's like a doll wagon size.
You still park it in this giant spot.
Yeah.
It's still behind luggage.
You can attach Larry as a lizard to it now too.
Oh, they're so cute. Walking around.
Oh, that's good.
That's perfect.
So, Arkiro.
Actually, I think I'd like to keep it with me though. Like, so it's not lost.
All right, so you guys get on this long ship. It's oared by several orcs and humans and some elves, and the Dreki. I think it's. Oh, I gotta pull up his name here. Just a second.
Olmsted Ormson.
Olmsted
Holy
Ormson.
moly! Well done.
Olmsted is there waiting for you. He says, "Ah, my friend from last night.
How are you faring, sir?
Probably better than I should be. Thank you.
Indeed.
I heard you are riding with me.
Yes, for the time being.
Excellent. If, my friend, if you are willing to come with me when we get to Abrir, I will happily show you the Black Tankard, and you can meet some of my friends there. It will be worth your while if you have more of whatever it was you were using last night.
We shall see.
Very well. Let us swap stories of the old homeland while we ride.
I will be grateful to return. It has been far too long.
Ah,
Let your
Yeah. I do not miss it as much as you do. I like this M40. You will see. You have been there, yes?
Yes.
Well.
But not for very long.
The black tankard will change your mind. Well, just change your view. Yeah.
My view seems to be changing all the time.
Haha! That is the way of life.
Indeed.
The sea is constant, but it changes everything it touches. So, they'll get in. Boria will wave you over. You can sit with him if you'd like. Let us chat a little bit about what it is we can do for each other while we ride.
Where the rich family, are they in their own like thing
Yeah, they're not going.
now?
Yeah, no, but they gave Iliad the information to go to their offices in Abrir.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they
They wouldn't ride with us.
Well, no. There's not.
First class, first class.
So let me see here. Okay, so it's going to be a day and a half ride. We're just going to glaze over a little bit. I'll do a little description. If Tiri, if you want to talk with if you guys all want to talk with the dwarves,
I want to talk
there's
with the dwarves.
information you can get from the dwarves now. We'll say any information you want to get from Olstead, we'll do in Abrir. If
Okay.
you if you guys don't decide to go blind tankard, we can role play something out.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So we'll wrap up with this discussion. So you guys are riding. The rain starts to lessen a little bit, but the wind is pretty cold. So you guys are all wrapped up. Alatar has ready furs and blankets for all the passengers. Yes.
The island that we left, does it look really bad as we're leaving?
To those who have never seen a volcano going off before, yeah, it looks pretty bad.
Okay.
Like there's, it's billowing. There might be, I don't know off the top of my head if you can see lava flow from that distance. But you would assume there is some starting to pour out. It's not like spewing lava, it's just pumping out the black, and it's two volcanoes, so one's a little bit farther away, and it's like just at the edge of the horizon on the sea here, and you can just see these billows of black smoke, and it's all like, coming up, and then just the wind is just taking it right towards
The
Druze.
city? Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean that direction, You guys are heading, the wind is you guys are heading pretty much north.
Perpendicular to it.
Yeah, perpendicular to it. So the rowers are just working at it. The wind is kind of whipping through here. And it's a lot of, as you first leave Druze, it's this small town that's only a couple miles along the coast there, and it's completely walled. And it's right up next to where the mountain range, the Great Arm, this southern end, comes right to the edge of the continent, and so it's just like these cliff faces, and it's very dreary there and dark and desolate. Like we talked before, a lot of the land around there is desolate because this is where the goblin territory kind of is, in that mountain there. But no one sees anything. They have a handful of guards. Like all the rowers have bows and spears nearby just in case. But you pass by that within the morning and come to more. The land starts to change as you get to the other side of the mountains. It changes into this more desert type landscape as you look out past it. There's just rich patches of rich, what do I want to say, oasis type places where there's little deltas of rivers that come down off the mountains or from somewhere else, but then it'll be these little patches of rich verdant land and then just desert along this and a lot of cliff faces, and you guys travel all the way up there until you start to see on the horizon to your left like all this smoke going up into the air like fire. And you almost think maybe it is a fire, but as you're coming, you start to see the edges, the beginnings of Abrir, which Arkiro's been there before, and the Freeport cities, there's 7 of them, and they are like metropolises. They are these massive cities built around large river deltas that lead into the ocean, right at the back of a desert. and they've just grown and grown and grown into these massive metropolises. So you are actually just seeing, you're seeing smokes from all the industry that's going on there, because there's gnomes and dwarves and every race is there working. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Yeah, did you have a question?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just writing notes.
Gotcha. So you're coming to just the edges. They're not walled cities at all. There are places in there that are walled from days long gone by when it was just small little settlements. But the city has just spread and spread and spread as technology, especially working with some of the All-Mother worshippers, they've been able to expand the reach of the Delta much farther. And so that you're hitting these little farms at first that seem it's very strange. All of a sudden there's this little farm in a patch of desert, and you see these irrigation irrigation systems built of a lot of clockwork gear that's working and running. And every once in a while there's morning glory kind of art drawn onto these gears and they continue to work. And every once in a while, if the sun comes out from behind the clouds and touches these morning glory arts, they like sparkle a little bit for a moment. And then as you push in, you start to get more the houses and suburb type houses. And this is all, again, very much the Spanish Mediterranean style architecture. And there's lots of bright colors and whites and bright colors. And you start going by fishermen fishing off the coast or farther out into the sea. And slowly the rain, and I should probably turn off this and get some water sounds going, but there's a lot of activity. You're starting to go through it, passing by all these places, and the house is getting tighter and tighter together until you come to just like all the way up to the edge of the water, houses packed in, and then there's stone and wooden dock systems built out into the water where there's like another whole little suburb of buildings on the edge of the water there. Just a second, it's yelling at me. That's not right. Okay, and anyways, so this is over a day and a half that you guys are traveling there. So we'll end with any discussions you want to have with the dwarves as you guys are traveling. And as you arrive, we'll end with a description of arriving at the port in Abrir.
Yep. So, Alatar wants to expand some business. And so, before we left, he made a couple of propositions. Mm-hmm. Some to me, some to the illustrious Sea Turtle over here. Now, see, Sea Turtle is going to put him in touch with the Tejika family. They're big business. Lots and lots of potential while funneling into that little port we just left. Mm. But he also sent me to give an offer to you. So, if you tell me a little bit more about the businesses that you're running, I can find a way to make those two mesh in a way that's, let us say, comfortable for Alatar and profitable for you. After all, if the man's about to come into some money, he's gonna need to spend it on some new things. Mm. I feel like you're the right kind of people for that. So how can I smooth the transition between you and him before this great influx?
This is interesting proposition. Very well. What I will say is, you probably have not heard, but word has come to the dwarven families that the latest excursion into the Goblin territory, while not successful per se, did bring back a lot of information. The notes of Zia Kuznetsov have returned with Dmitry Belikov. And it brought a lot of interesting possibilities.
Dmitry?
Da, do you know of him?
Do I hear any of this, or is
Yeah,
this...
you guys can you're all together. Because Tiri says She brought you guys in as a mercenary group.
As soon as Demeter's brought up, I'm gonna be interested and confused as to why he was brought up.
Dwarves, no dwarves.
Obviously.
To be honest, I did not really know this Demeter until he returned with Kuznetsov's journals. Kuznetsov, on the other hand, I knew her. She was good. She was a good dwarf. We are very sorry to lose her. Anyways, it has brought a lot of hope to the Bezdomni. And you guys may or may not remember, the Bezdomni clan was the one that sent the expedition, and they are the dwarven clan that was kicked out by the goblins long time ago. That is their homeland where the goblins stay.
They're Moria.
Kinda, yes.
Drums.
Yes.
Sorry, did I take too far?
It's great. No, we're under 15 seconds. It's good. There have been a group of us that have always wanted to return, to reclaim our lands. It's never seemed to be the right time. So much had been lost, but with the journals and the maps that were brought back, I have not seen them, but from what I hear, many think we could take it back. And that is what we want to do. Well, some of us do. Those who still believe in the family name can. The problem is Demeter is part of the Molotovs. And they are playing it safe. They have not taken sides in this. So, I and my sons have been sent to make some connections, perhaps, with some of the Freeport cities. Beginning with Abrir, I'm hoping to see the Corregidor there. Which Akira would know. Corregidor is the name of like the ruling person of each city. So each city in the Freeport cities is self-governed by one specific ruler.
It's not quiet at all. I'm just.
I'm sorry.
My hope is to make some connections by bringing promise of trades. We have some access to some Aether from the old days, as well as some of our enchanters trading our work. Sorry, hold on.
Can I shoot one of those seagulls?
I'm sorry. It's what I get for not doing this ahead of time. I'm just using default.
Can I hit it? Can I roll for it? I really want to roll.
Oh yeah, go ahead, sure. You can shoot with the dart agility.
Agility? Okay.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I want it to make it fall asleep.
It's gonna be our
If she
pastime.
fails, you have to leave it loud. You can't change it.
Oh, 12.
12.
Seagulls are pretty fast.
Yeah.
So I don't think I really got it. But.
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna roll defend action on the seagull because I haven't statted them out. I should have known. Okay.
Should have known we'd be killing seagulls.
Is it less than 12?
No.
Oh.
He exploded on his.
Oh.
Dear boy. So there's like a herd of them going, and you try to shoot one and they take the whole flock takes off. You don't hit any, but
I missed all of them.
yeah, it's just like ting. Anyways,
One of them poops on her or something.
No! Poops on Moloch.
So, I'll put you in touch with Demeter. I'll let him know that you're willing to be more proactive and that we've consulted you on the matter, and I think that it's probably good for business. We've got some pull. We had a dinner party. It was beautiful. You should have been there. Next time, you can come along with us. But that being said, Actually, what do I remember about the ether supplies from our time in the...
All you know is you got a gem, and Nori used it. You don't know how much is left.
But did it look like the ether supplies were abundant down there? Did it
abundant, yeah.
Like, now we brought
you guys
back-
didn't technically get far enough to see any veins, but you did know. You did the Futeg had one built into his blunderbuss, so you know the goblins are mining it for sure.
Okay, so yeah, so then I'll bring that up. Was like, well, with the efficiency that the goblins were mining it out.
What for brick?
Yeah. Wasn't there like large amounts of it for like his the ship and the invisibility?
Well, I was
aspect?
gonna ask.
Oh, the invisibility was Nori reverse engineered cloaking technology.
Okay.
Not to be
There's-
super.
But the
There's no
Ather
Ethernet.
was how he fixed Ajax.
The Ather is
and-
like what he's using to be able to combine his steampunk
Yeah.
with the tech that Brick has.
Right.
So you guys didn't see how much was left after he used whatever he used.
But we know he used it.
You know he used it, yeah.
It's how my arm was
it's
working.
Correct. We know its potency. I don't necessarily.
Right.
Probably
right.
know the extent of it, but
But yeah, it's a very scarce resource now because the goblins basically control.
I'm observant enough to know that there's aspects of it built within.
And I think you can make a good assumption that if someone like Futeg gets a weapon that has Athar modification, probably got a good amount. It's
Yeah.
a good estimation. So
I'll just let them know that. Like, yeah, the goblins had enough of this stuff to start putting into their weaponry. If you haven't been shot at by a aether-powered blunderbuss, then you're really missing out. But I'm saying, why not have one of your own? The mines can supply that, and if goblins can figure it out, there's still a lot there for you. In fact, I wouldn't wait for another clan to get down there. Now, I'll let you know, the Blood Earth portals are still working. So you get in touch with Demeter. I'll let him know that you're going to be reaching out. Maybe he can let you know just where those are.
this is very interesting. I would love to know more about what the goblins were, their tech as well, and
Haven't you seen the map?
no. The Molotovs are keeping it very close to home.
Let me draft it up for you.
And I'm gonna pull out my grenade. You can't keep it, but you can look at it.
Ah, I've seen one of these before. Effective?
Except against gnomes.
Yeah.
Well, we are not looking to fight any gnomes, that is for sure. Spasibo. What were you gonna do with the map?
I'm going to draft him up a map.
Okay. You'll have to roll learning to remember.
Can we help in any way?
Yeah, if
Like-
everyone wants to help.
Brick might have a problem with
This-
somebody going around Demeter.
this-
And a
matters.
Legend point. Legend point. Actually, to Ryan.
Yes.
Ooh, check.
Yes, we finally get a checkbox.
Woohoo! One.
So that gives me an additional die.
And I'll give you 2 advantage that the team is helping you.
Okay.
And yeah, you get to keep an additional.
So
on top of
this
that.
is drawing the map that Demeter brought back.
The of what the maps that you had found underwater with the dwarven skeleton.
But this would be going behind Demeter's family's back.
It kind of sounds like that, yeah.
I don't think
But no, they're asking for them to help.
they're asking for Demeter's family to help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
These guys
Yeah.
want to see it. They're saying that Demeter's, it's technically not Demeter's family, but the head family that he's under.
Brick, it's not a bargaining chip against them. It's a bargaining chip for being proactive. They want the same things. What we're doing is we're encouraging them to push it forward. People know about this. It's a resource. It creates a demand. And the goblins
The goblins are bad. We'll get rid of them.
Goblins are already there.
The goblins are more than bad. They sold their souls to the devil.
Oh, is that how it works? I feel less bad about killing a lot of them.
So,
And I feel a little more good about you.
Like the one that I just interrogated and then killed.
That was my favorite part of that episode. Oh my gosh. We're interrogating them. Can I just kill him? I'm just gonna kill him.
We had two!
I killed him.
We had two
Oh
of
my
them.
gosh.
one of which
Sorry.
unfortunately died in our sleep.
Did.
There's nothing unfortunate about it.
Troll baby flashback.
I feel like bugs. Okay, I'm gonna make the roll.
Roll it up.
I think
You have 2 advantage.
Flaw?
I
Right?
want to play
Yeah.
my flaw. I think
Oh, you don't
Legend
have
point.
anything in it.
Oh, thank you.
Woohoo!
I would stop this. Brick wants to stop this.
Okay.
He does not like this, and I'm trying to
Which flaw is this?
his phobia of not knowing his lack of awareness. He wants to stop this, but I'm trying to figure out like what level I should play it. He doesn't like this, but after having Tiri like explain it to him, if he still didn't understand, he feels stupid.
Okay.
But he still doesn't like this. He still thinks Demeter should be a part of this conversation, and this
Yeah.
is
So mechanically, because you're using a flaw, you also get a legend point from automatically.
and I give it right back to you because I'm at 9, so I can only have one.
Oh. Well, we'll figure
Use
it
your
out.
legend points.
I'm trying.
I
We
know,
haven't
so
had a
we
good
have long
moment.
I know.
Are you gonna
So
roll
mech-
against him?
Mechanically, Tiri's just going to lose 1 advantage.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Nat 20. Do it.
Wait, so how would that work with his initial legend? He spent a legend point, so he gets to keep a.
He gets to keep 1 point, but he loses. He had double advantage, not only has 1
Okay,
advantage.
so
Yeah,
he still
I was
keeps
giving him
it.
advantage too.
But he
'cause
does get
everyone
still
was helping,
plus
but-
1.
Yeah,
'Cause-
and a +1 with the legend point. Yep.
I wouldn't be helping.
Wait, but he still keeps his
But
roll, right?
With
Same
one, yeah, with Ingrid helping, it's
Because
his
I have
assist.
no knowledge of the situation. I have no idea who.
Yeah.
He keeps
And
his
what it says.
attribute roll.
Iliad remembered
Yeah.
everything.
All of it.
All of it.
Iliad,
Photographic.
photographic. And photographic is exactly what we need here.
Huh?
We're drawing the
Need
map.
your help to draw a beautiful picture. Perhaps you can help embellish it.
I'm quite the artist. I could definitely do that.
By all means.
I'll start drawing a stick figure.
Is he serious?
Give him a boom.
Is he
Play him a
actually?
song. Help him remember.
He has
remember.
creation like with music, like he,
Yes. You're
he's
right.
drawing a stick figure.
Here I am.
Now, big question is, what does Tiri have in learning?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
So she can't go over 2d20s.
But she already lost
Here I
1,
am.
so he's.
Lend a hand here.
Right,
We are
when you have a
helping
0, you can't
Demeter.
do more
We are
than
getting
binary
more
disadvantage
people on the
advantage.
cause of going in there and cleaning out that mess that we dug out. We dug out the wound. This is where we patch it up.
Can I use my...
Well, what could happen instead is if you're willing to help, you could roll your learning instead.
Okay, yes.
Because do you have some learning?
I don't think anybody is.
I thought I did.
We're all stupid.
I might be the only one who has it.
Well, our Kiro has it.
Oh.
Oh no, I don't have anything in that.
No,
Two people with
so that
learning
one
who
helped.
aren't helping. Oh!
So either Brick can roll, but he's going to be at disadvantage. No,
No,
it'd be
you
a
got 1 advantage. Good.
yeah, I think it makes sense.
Why would
Tiri's
Brick-
got the advantage plus the legend point, so
So what am I rolling? Because I have
2d20s.
just 2d20s and I'm keeping
And
Take
a
the
plus.
highest
the
a
highest.
plus 1. Yep, and I'll take into account.
I don't have learning. It's logic. I was confused.
Oh,
I get
okay,
it.
okay.
Never mind.
Only one
So-
that has learning.
Perhaps.
Do you have some logic, Tiri?
No, right? Oh no, that's learning.
I have mama brain here.
I have logic.
No, I am good at
You
perception.
can't say that.
Okay,
And
okay.
will.
I have logic.
Yeah, this is an argument. That's for sure.
He
So
wasn't
go-
there.
perhaps Iliad could help persuade our hero to see the advantages of a unified dwarven front fixing the big problem in the mountain.
I have not seen this mountain.
Yeah, all the more reason why you. Then you really can't.
I can't help you. I cannot draw a map. I have not seen.
Poor Tiri.
I'll help.
13.
13.
Plus
All right.
1.
14. Legend point to Tiri, because she wants this so bad. So,
I feel terrible.
you guys all converse together amongst yourselves. You only saw about 2 of the pages of the map.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
If I had rolled 3, I would have hit 19. Just saying.
No, it's okay actually, because technically with a 0 you can't go over binary advantage and disadvantage anyways.
Okay.
So it works out. Nice.
Sorry.
No, our hero did.
I heard that.
What is it? So you guys scribble around. You did the best you can do.
Well, I presented earnestly and with full enthusiasm.
Can it have one of Iliad's
stick
stick
figures?
figures? Just
Yeah.
like
You are here.
You're like Nair's.
yes.
With a big nose.
And he's got like X's over his eyes.
But it'll have our signatures on it, and so at the very least, it'll convince the meter that it's legit.
Well, I'll be honest. I've seen worse. This will be helpful, if nothing else.
Happy to tell you all about it.
And you know, I think we know sometimes, even if it's not quite right, playing a card face down is good to use as well.
Well, we can also talk about it over a game of cards.
He rolls the map up and tucks it in. Very well. Well, we shall see what happens when we get to Abrir. I will be headed... Well, if you want to go to House Tajeka, they don't have a huge military power, but they have money. I would be interested in seeing them as well. Otherwise, I will be headed to the corridor.
We'll put you in touch.
I like this. There you go. So as you guys finish that, we'll end with you sailing into the main port. So as you see the little suburbs built out onto the water starts to turn to more stone docks, and there's you start seeing these massive warships, and then these more commercial ships that have less cannons on them and everything, but like there's a handful that you see that have these strange, almost looks like a fin design on the sides of the ships, but you can catch glimpses of mechanical arms attached to them and different things. And there's a few taking off. You can catch sight of, maybe as you're pulling in, you see one of these larger ships taking off and these smaller warships following along beside it. And there's up in the high mast, you catch sight of a bohan who seems to be singing up top. And you only are able to catch that because there's some of that etched morning glory symbol again shining for a second. And you can tell that the wind is pushing the sails harder than it should be, and almost slightly in a different direction as it takes off out into the ocean. And you guys pull in the bustling sound of the city. There's people just everywhere. It's crowded and crazy. And the Dreki, who you remember is this golden, bright yellow dragon type person, and he's got the whiskers like a Chinese dragon does going off, and they kind of wiggle for a second. He stands up. He's dressed just like a pirate, and he's got one peg leg, and he says, "Welcome to Abrir, the first of the 7 cities. Get ready to be lost. Or you can follow me to Blank Tackard and then get lost in a mug." And he starts to head off into the crowd. And that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. Thank you guys very much for joining us. We'll see what happens now that they've gone to the city. And OpenLegendRPG.com, as always, Heromuster.com. Check those out to start playing right away in Open Legend. Check out the links in our description below for the music, sound, and ambience. There's a lot of awesome people that let us use their creations there. And what do I want to say? Oh, Inn of Planar Crossroads and Greyhawk Channel have some actual plays on their YouTube channels as well. And check out Great Mustache's Twitch. He Twitch streams his Open Legend games he's playing. And we will see you next week. Bye.